Hey, hello everyone. Welcome into a 40-minute Yin Yoga session. My name is Jenny and I am here in Stockholm, Vasastan at our studio home in yoga. And I'm so glad you have found your way in here. Today, I would like for you to have a yoga mat. If you have a wool mat that you can place on top, feel free to do so. You don't need it, but it's always comfortable to lay on a wool mat. You can bring out a bolster if you have it. If not, you can have a pillow that you can roll up, or maybe a couple of pillows, a blanket, some kind of belt. If you don't have a yoga belt, you can use a longer towel or a regular belt or a scarf that's a bit sturdier, and possibly a block or a book if you don't have a yoga block at home. So while you go gather your elements, you can either place me on hold or just listen while I chat and you're walking around. So today is the beginning of summer here in Sweden, and we have quite a few international students, so that's why we do this class in English. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email us at info@homeinyoga.com or visit us on our social media at Home in Yoga on Instagram. So Yin Yoga, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I would like to just have you get into it. I'm assuming most of you have tried it before. But we will lay a little bit longer in each pose. All of this class is a 40-minute class, which is a little bit shorter. But I still want you to allow your body to get into the pose, find your edge, and then release and relax there. Remember to try to release your body, release any tension to the muscles so that you can get into this fascia, the connective tissue, and help you balance your nervous system. So we remember to ease into each pose. We remember to try to let go of any expectations on our bodies, on our minds, and instead use what we have. We use our tools, we use our breath, we use the sensations and the focus on the body. But first, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. If you'd like to, you can grab a blanket or a bolster to place under your seat. And we'll go ahead and straighten up the spine. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or keep a soft gaze in front of you. And we'll just start by grounding down, noticing the earth, the ground under your body. Noticing vibrations in the hands, in the feet. Noticing flows throughout the body. Bloodstream, the lymph system, energy system. Just noticing, landing in the amazing human that you are, with your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, energetic body, spiritual body. All of the amazing layers you have. In this life. We'll go ahead and take a deep inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll go ahead and place our hands into the chest. And we'll inhale for Om. Inhale. Om. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And then let the air just flow naturally in and out through your nose. Noticing the air around the body, touching your skin, your clothes, your hair, helping you come back to the present moment, the here, the now, all that really exists. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and open up the eyes. And we're going to start by a reclined pose where we take our blanket and we can put it at the top of the mat as a pillow. And we'll go ahead and place bolster. Yours might be as heavy as mine. We'll go ahead and place the bolster near the seat. And we'll roll down onto the mat. And we keep our feet in the ground and just connecting down. Noticing that spine melting into the floor. Letting the neck relax. The jaw relaxes. And the face goes a little bit softer. And we'll go ahead and lift up the hips. Grab the bolster or your pillows. And we'll place them under the seat. You may have to move around your hips a bit and move the bolster to make sure it feels good. And we'll simply start here, placing our arms out where they feel good so that the shoulders can melt into the mat. Can always move stuff around to get into a more comfortable pose where you can relax. A supported bridge pose where we raise the hips up, noticing the inner organs kind of falling into place. And getting some flows going towards the heart, the neck, the head, to help us release some tension, some blockages here. And we take a deep inhale through the nose and relax down through the exhale. And as we lay here, you can check in with the mind. And just notice what thoughts are moving through. Maybe work thoughts, planning, production, maybe some worrying. Or maybe your thoughts are in the past with remembering, thinking what could have been done, should have been. And sometimes connected with anxiety and worry. But through yoga and the focus to the breath, we can slowly ease the mind just a little bit, step by step, by focusing into the body, into the breath. And we try not to judge the thoughts or judge our bodies, but we observe and then we take action. And the action here is to release into the body and focus into the breath. You can take a deeper inhale here and let your feet come off the floor. We'll go ahead and raise those feet up into the ceiling. You may want to move your bolster a little bit to find that perfect spot for you, where you can keep your legs somewhat straight, moving up into the ceiling towards the sky. And if you'd like to, you can place your arms in a cactus pose here. And just release there. Good. We'll go ahead and take an inhale and start to circle the feet in one direction. And then the other direction. And we'll go ahead and bend the knees and squeeze the body in. Knees towards the chest. Good. we'll go ahead and release the feet down and let those feet fall forwards, straighten out the back. You can release your arms up above your head. And we stretch the front of the hips, the belly. And just relax here. Maybe you want to take a deeper inhale and a longer exhale to help you release, to help you relax. Good. We'll take an inhale here and place the feet back into the ground. We lift up those knees and squeeze in towards the chest. And we'll go ahead here and place the right foot onto the left knee. And we'll hold on behind the left leg, opening up the hip on the right side. And we take a few breaths here. And we inhale and we switch sides gently, placing the left foot on top of the right knee, holding on to the back of the right leg, opening up, stretching through the left hip, and breathing and releasing here. We'll go ahead and take an inhale to release. And again, squeeze those knees in towards the chest. Maybe rocking your head a little bit side to side to release in the neck. We'll place the feet down onto the ground. We'll go ahead here and lift those hips up and move the bolster a little bit towards the left. And we'll place down the hips on the right side of the bolster, still on the bolster. And we'll take an inhale here to lift up the legs. And we exhale and we twist the legs to the side. Remaining on the bolster, you can cactus your arms or keep them straight out from the body, whichever feels good for you. And the shoulders remain down towards the mat. And we get a twist, a gentle twist here to the spine. And we release and we breathe. Just notice here where your body shifts and where the body communicates. Just notice with curiosity, maybe the challenge felt in the chest has moved down towards the hip, or from the knee towards the arm. Or maybe it's the same spot from the beginning to the end. Just notice. And we'll go ahead and take an inhale here. And gently roll back to the middle. And we'll place down the feet onto the ground. Lift those hips up. Push the bolster or your pillows to the other side. Maybe a little tricky with pillows, but it works. So we'll go ahead and inhale to pick those legs up. Maybe you have to adjust something else. We'll exhale to let the legs fall towards the other side. The arms again can come into cactus pose or straight out from the body wherever it feels good. And letting those shoulders melt down into the ground, helping twisting the spine. Go ahead and take an inhale, bring those legs back into the center. We can squeeze the knees again in towards the chest. And we'll place the feet down into the ground. Lift the hips up, remove any pillows, blankets, bolsters away from the mat. And we can just wind viper the legs softly from side to side to release the back a little bit more. Release the hips. Just landing in the movement of the body. And we'll go ahead and roll on to one side and gently use our hands to come up to a seated position. And we'll go ahead and move into a butterfly pose where we place the feet together. If this is too much for you, you can always go ahead and keep your legs crossed. You can also sit up on a blanket to elevate your hips a little bit, could help. And in this butterfly pose, see if you can shimmy, and sit on your sit bones. And just raise up your spine towards the sky. And if you'd like to, you can go ahead and bring a bolster or a blanket in front of you, something to lean into. We're going to get into a forward fold. So go ahead and take an inhale, stretching up the spine. And release down with your exhale. It does not matter how far towards the floor you get. Just see where you feel this pose, your groins, the inside of your thigh, maybe your back, maybe your belly. Perhaps you want to bring a blanket rolled up to keep underneath your head, your forehead. Just see what you need so that you can fall forwards and ease into the pose. Can always change tools and support. And we rest and release here. Noticing the tight parts in the body. Letting the body fall forwards as deep as it gets today. And we release there. Again, noticing here where the body communicates, noticing your breath, and see if there's somewhere in the body where you can relax just a little bit more. Go ahead and take an inhale here, in through the nose, and gently come out of the pose. We'll go ahead and remove blankets and bolsters. And we'll take a few cat-cow here, seated cat-cow. You can place your feet in a crisscross. We'll go ahead and inhale, push the chest forwards. And exhale into a cat, pushing the back. Inhaling, opening up in the chest. Exhaling, pushing the back. Inhaling, opening up the chest. Pushing the back with the exhale. A few more inhale. Pushing back, exhale. Great. We're going to move into the next pose, which is child's pose, Balasana. So please come over to your knees, and we'll separate the knees. If you'd like to, you can keep your blanket under your knees. Unless you have a woolen mat, you probably don't need it. But if you're on a regular mat, it's kind of nice to use a blanket underneath your knees. And you can decide here, yogi's choice, if you would like to come down into Balasana, a bit more active, straight arms, forehead down towards the mat, seat towards the feet, and land here. Or if you'd like to use a bolster that we will place in front of us, and we'll simply come down and let the body release down in more of a resting pose. Maybe you open up the knees a little bit more. Find your comfortable position onto the bolster. Your arms can be bent. And you take a deeper inhale here and release to relax. If you have one cheek leaning towards the bolster, you can go ahead and switch sides now and place the other cheek down. We'll go ahead and take an inhale here and gently come out of the pose. If you have a bolster, you may remove the bolster towards the side. And we just rest for a couple of breaths here on your knees. Just noticing the shins, the top of the feet, the knees. If this is too much for your knees, you can always just sit on your seat in a crisscrossed position. And we'll go ahead and bring the hands up and clasp the fingers and push the back out. Inhale to open up the chest. Clasp the hands behind you and push up your chest. Good. Release the arms again. Clasp them in the front. Stretch out the arms and push you back. Inhale, opening up the arms, attaching the hands behind your back and pushing up the chest. And we'll take a couple of more minutes to land in a tabletop position. And find your hands grounded down towards the mat. And we'll go ahead and inhale, stretch up that right arm. And thread the needle under the left, moving the cheek, the ear down towards the mat. Maybe stretching out that left arm. Getting into a little twist and opening up in the shoulders. Noticing the mind and see if you can gently move your focus into the breath, into the sensations in the body. We inhale to move that left arm back. Opening up that right side. Inhale. And release down to the ground. Reconnecting down. Finding a straight spine. And we go ahead and inhale. Lift that left arm. Exhale, thread the needle. Maybe you have to push some pillows out of the way. Letting that ear come down. Stretching out perhaps the right arm in front of you. Opening up the shoulder on the left side. Gentle twist. We'll take an inhale to move that right arm back in. Opening up the left side, inhaling. And release it down. And we'll move the body back towards the seat. Come to a seated position. We have landed now in our last pose, Shavasana, resting pose, where we can place a blanket underneath our head. Maybe a sweater comes on or another blanket comes on. We'll go ahead and simply lay down here. Shavasana, resting pose, all the work is done. And you can release. And I encourage you to stay here for 3 to 10 minutes to let the body, the mind relax down. And I thank you for joining me here today. Wishing you a lovely, lovely day. Namaste.